Who is the highest paid athlete in the world? Michael Jordan? Tiger Woods? Guess again. According to Forbes magazine, it's Michael Schumacher. If you have never heard of him, he is a Formula One German-born race car driver who is a household name in Europe. He drives for Ferrari and is a four-time world champion on the Formula One racing circuit. Only 33, he is already the most successful driver ever. His sport is known for its danger, its speed, its glamour, and its numbers. The cars have 850 horsepower. They drive over 200 miles an hour. More than 300 million people tune in to watch each race. What they see in Formula One is the pinnacle of auto racing technology. Sponsors see it too and pour in millions to be a part of it. As the sport's marquee attraction, Michael Schumacher is well on his way to making $1 billion driving a car. His hat alone makes him a millionaire. I should probably ask you, why the cap as we start this? I see Ferrari. What else do I see? I see Marlboro. That's probably the reason.
That's one of the reasons. The other reason is I have had a full day behind me of driving and my hair's going all directions.
Maybe so, but to wear that hat in front of television cameras, one German sponsor pays him over $2.6 million a year. And that's just the beginning. Bernie Ecclestone is the CEO of Formula One Racing. What's he worth?
80 million a year, I suppose.
80 million?
Something like that, I imagine.
He is the highest paid
sports guy
in the world.
In the world, yeah.
Salary plus endorsements.
Exactly.
Bigger than Tiger Woods.
Yeah, sure.
From Monza to Malaysia, fans are intoxicated by Schumacher's skill and speed. How fast does it go?
You have circuit with a long straight like Monza. The speed we achieve there is 360, 370 kilometers per hour.
That's almost 230 miles per hour. Speed limited only by the curves on Formula One tracks. The cars seem to be designed like jet airplanes. Just listen.
If you just would go for maximum speed, you would probably go beyond 500 if you wanted.
You go 500 kilometers?
Oh, yeah, easy.
That means 310 miles per hour. But ironically, the curves that slow him down are the key to his success. In a corner, the best drivers have what?
The biggest variation between myself and my teammates I've had has always been how fast you go into the corner.
Can you get through? Fabulous start by Michael Schumacher, who takes...
That's the tricky bit of it.
But you have that.
I have this natural ability of knowing how fast I can go into this corner without going out too often. It's an instinct.
At these speeds, sometimes even his instincts can fail. This was Schumacher 3 years ago at the British Grand Prix. What did you think when you hit that wall?
I mean, initially I go into the corner, touch the brakes and think, oh,
oops,
that's not going to be good. And then I go along the wall.
You had time to think that?
Oh yeah. I had unfortunately plenty of time to think about many things. And you see the wall coming, you know the speed you do, and you think, oh, that's going to hurt. And initially I didn't even notice that I had a broken leg. I initially felt actually only my knees because my knees were squeezed against the steering wheel. And as I wanted to go out, obviously I was trying to pull out my legs, but my leg was blocked and it was going like a chewing gum. That wasn't very nice in this moment.
Were you anxious to get back?
No. Initially I was obviously thinking of quitting. There were thoughts...
Initially you thought of quitting?
Oh yeah, there were thoughts of that.
He didn't quit. He recovered and came back to racing. Last winter, Schumacher brought us to a Ferrari test track north of Florence, Italy. He is here to test tires for the 2002 Formula One season.
It's a shame we don't have a double-seater.
Oh, yeah, I'd do it. I'd go with you. You know I would. And I did. Ferrari provided one of the new Maserati road cars they now make, one that uses some of the same technology as the Formula One Ferrari.
Basically, you have the two shifting pedals. One is for up, it's even written on it,
yeah.
and one is for down.
Yes.
And you have 6 gears available.
And is it on the Formula One racer? Is it just like
the same way? Yes.
Exactly the same way.
Yeah.
With Schumacher at the wheel, it is one hell of a ride.
You all right?
I'm fine. I love it. Wow.
Especially at 145 miles an hour on Ferrari's test track.
This is the most fun I've ever had in a car, I gotta tell you.
Talk to me about the poetry of racing, you know, the beauty of it, the feeling of it.
It's so fine, the line, where you just stay on the edge, and you don't want to be over it, you don't want to be below it, and if you hit that line, that's...
As thrilling as it is to be in the car with Michael Schumacher,
Your leader then, Michael Schumacher.
it's daunting to find yourself racing against him.
Oh, Schumacher's nearly 3 seconds faster than the previous lap record.
Indy 500 winner Mario Andretti explains why.
Break down his skills for me.
He has tremendous car control.
What does that mean, car control?
Well, being able to just get the maximum out of the car without overdoing it, without making mistakes. In other words, be able to drive the car at the limit. Sometimes the Ferrari doesn't really have to be the best car that particular day, but because he takes the limit, he runs the cars at the limit all the time, maybe he can make the car the best car that day anyway, because he's just that good.
He can take it easy, he can afford to, because Michael Schumacher wins yet again.
This season, Ferrari does appear to have the best driver and the best car. Schumacher won 4 of the first 5 races by an average margin of 18 seconds, an eternity in car racing. Ferrari's 2002 technology and commitment are overwhelming. The car maker employs over 550 people to work exclusively on the 2 cars that Schumacher and his teammate Rubens Barrichello drive. Each season, that army of workers starts from scratch, designing new ways to make their cars faster than everyone else.
May I hold this?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
If you see these 2 or 3 lap displays, they show me lap time, they show me speed, and then I have all my buttons if I have a problem in terms of a handling issue. So if I have too much understeer in one corner, I select a button and I'm going to kill it, and next time it's not there anymore.
Estimates of what Ferrari spends to fuel their 2 cars range from $170 to $285 million a year. Meanwhile, Ferrari doesn't spend a dime on advertising. Italian-born Andretti says the Ferrari mystique and the Schumacher success are all the advertising they need.
Michael Schumacher wins and becomes the most successful Grand Prix driver of all time.
What's the return on investment? How do they get it back?
Pride.
Pride.
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
That's what Ferrari's paying for.
The pressure of Ferrari's massive investment doesn't seem to faze Michael Schumacher, and no wonder. Only 33 years old, he already has 29 years of racing experience. He started racing go-karts in Germany at the age of 4. Today, the most obvious signs of his success are chartered helicopters and his own private jet. But at home in Switzerland, he continues to race go-karts and play soccer with the local team. At the track, his dedication and focus are legendary. He exercises 4 hours a day, mostly on the muscles in his neck, to to fight the incredible G-forces he faces every race. After the workouts, he's back on the test track for hours more, all to prepare for those 2 hours on Sunday.
Take me inside a race. You're there in the cockpit with your hands on the wheel, going more than 200 miles an hour. What are you thinking?
It is very different. If I just finish the corner and I'm about to go on a long straight, it happens I think about my family, I think about my wife, my kids, what they're just going to do at this moment. I remember in '97, I knew I was about to become a father, and I was thinking about that, how it's going to be being a father.
Still, at 200 miles an hour, there is a lot to keep him focused.
Nobody of us wants to die. I mean, everybody wants to live. We don't do it for the thrill of the danger. We do it for the thrill of speed, sensation, being on the limit, but not really wanting to go off and have an accident.
There are racing risks he is not willing to take. One of them is America's premier auto race, the Indianapolis 500. The cars may look similar, and they drive at about the same speeds. But Schumacher is not interested, and he is not afraid to say why.
But you're not challenged by the Indy 500.
First of all, it's a step down from Formula One, and second, it's too dangerous.
Too dangerous?
Yeah.
Michael Schumacher says, I don't want to go there, it's too dangerous.
The speed you do, that close to the walls, if you have an accident, there is no way a chassis can survive a certain way of having a crash, and that means your leg's going to be heavily damaged or even further, and I don't see any point in that. I have nothing to prove there. I don't see a challenge in it.
The fact that others have done it doesn't make it any more challenging for you?
No, because usually the people who cannot survive in Formula One, they go to Indy. People who are coming from Indy hardly survive in Formula One.
He's chasing that magical fifth world championship. And
Michael Schumacher already owns almost every significant record in Formula One racing. His next milestone is a record-tying 5th world championship, and he's well on his way to that this season. Still, each time he climbs into his car, he has something to prove.
You are the best in the world, and you are, by everybody's judgment. Nobody even questions that.
You know, in sport, it is always questioned. You win a race, the next race it's a question mark. Are you still the best or not? That's what is funny, but that's what is interesting, and that's what is challenging. You have to prove yourself every time.